So the new Quantum Leap is out, and we're getting a lot of comments saying that it is a load of woke garbage. But I'm going to argue that it kind of has to be, but it also should be anti-woke. So let's have the debate. Welcome to Sidetrack, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. So I'm going to say, first of all, I'm not trying to upset anyone. I am just sharing my opinion on this subject. I am not going to go into the political nonsense again. I have done a video with my thoughts about woke and the use of this word. I don't like it, but we can move on. I'm going to talk about the TV show because I honestly think Quantum Leap should be a bit woke and it should be anti-woke. It should upset both sides of the aisle because the original show always kind of did. Now, I would argue that Quantum Leap originally was a bit woke, but within the confines of what was sort of allowed back then. You got to remember, this was the 90s. It was really limited by what the censors at the time would allow on primetime television. So it could never quite push the boundaries as far as any new TV show can, if they choose to. But Quantum Leap, even back then, did push the boundaries. It did, talk about the Vietnam War in a very negative way. It did explore sort of gender roles, sexism. It explored racism a lot. So it did talk about a lot of these subjects that are plaguing our screens today. But I would argue, even though it touched on subjects that, some people might call woke, it always put the story first. There was always a moral dilemma or a bad guy to defeat or some problem for Sam to overcome. But that was the point of Quantum Leap. It was the point of the story. So therefore, I would argue it was never really woke because it always put the story first. And if the new series does the same, I would argue again that it's not woke. I've not seen it yet. Matt has. So the jury's out on that for me just yet. I will argue anytime that if an agenda is put before the story, then I don't want to watch that. It's a load of crap. But Quantum Leap is one of those TV shows that I would genuinely argue should annoy both the extreme of the right wing and the extreme of the left wing. It should kind of annoy people that go hand in hand singing Kumbaya with flowers around their necks, going, oh, political correctness. It should kind of annoy those people because it should challenge those people to sort of reconsider the way they think. But it should also challenge the people on the other side of the argument that are shouting that everything that Hollywood is producing at the moment, and honestly, I get comments from some people that do genuinely say that everything is, and no exceptions, everything that's coming out of TV shows at the moment is just woke rubbish. And I think most moderate people or most thoughtful people would agree that that's not really true. But the really hardcore of either side of this argument should really get irritated by a show like Quantum Leap because it really should challenge both sides of that debate. This is a perfect TV show because actually it's kind of the point of Quantum Leap is to go in and to talk about cultural, social challenges and to sort of try to find a way to resolve them because that's what Sam was always trying to do. He jumped into people's lives and he tried to resolve whatever problem it was that they were facing and to make their lives, hopefully by the end of the episode, a bit better. I honestly believe that a lot of shows at the moment are really starting to poke fun at the people that do shout woke a lot. She-Hulk at the moment is actually purposely and not subtly poked fun at them. I don't think that's fair because I genuinely think there is an issue within Hollywood that needs addressing that these people are highlighting. I obviously don't agree with the use of the word, and I explain that in another video, but I do agree that there's a problem. So, for me, Quantum Leap, if it's going to be a success, should really annoy both extremes of that argument. So, let's see if it actually has the balls to challenge these arguments. Let's see if it has the balls to do what it did before and try to push the envelope as much as possible and actually explore lots of the problems that our culture is currently facing. Because if it doesn't, it will completely fail. To be honest, it's going to completely fail anyway because Dean Stockwell isn't in it, and Dean Stockwell carried that show for me. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sam Beckett, Scott Bakula is cool, but Dean Stockwell was the man. And nobody ever noticed that this mountain over here is a health and safety nightmare. Why is it glowing? People are working in there. Don't get it. So, please get into the comments and tell me exactly what you think. Oh boy, I'm not looking forward to reading some of them. And please, try to remember that I am just talking here, and this is just my opinion. Don't get angry. I want to have a conversation. I want to have the debate. I really don't want to start any arguments. So, get in the comments and let's have that discussion. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out. Also, if you want to become a fully fledged side tracker because you enjoy the content that much, hit the join button. As always, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.